think this is going to be your best podcast ever.
Epicurean, but OFC and pink lemonade's pretty damn good. It'll put your boat in the marsh. Jesus did not die so you could eat yellow number 5. Excitable.
The nose starts off gentle with noticeable sense of grain that takes shape in the form of fresh baked bread.
Ma'am, you're in the wrong podcast. Educated-ish. I have used the term overproof for so long without really knowing what it
constitutes.
Yeah, because for
Is
me,
there a definition officially?
welcome to Bitches and Bourbon. We're live. Hello, Reba. How are you?
I'm wonderful. April, how are you?
Shut up. You already know. I can't even stand it. Okay. The whole intro to the podcast is going to be completely and totally derailed.
Yes.
Because as I was waiting for Reba to get here today, I decided that I had a few minutes, so I was going to go TikTok live and I was going to say hello to everybody, and say hello to everybody I did. So Reba got here, and I'm so glad she got here before this happened.
Me too.
So I'm on my TikTok live hanging out, and Penelope Bourbon, okay, did you hear me? Penelope Bourbon shows up in my TikTok live and says, love to come on the show. Just drop us a line. Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious right now?
Right?
Y'all, I am not even embarrassed. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I fangirled all over the place. I put on a tiara, not just any tiara, the Ravenclaw crown that I never put on, only except for the most special occasions. Oh, y'all.
It was fan-fucking-tastic.
Are we serious right now?
Yes. We have given them love before, so it was even more awesome.
Yeah, so when they liked the Instagram photo,
yes,
that was cool, because I do. And in all fairness, it's a great picture.
Yes.
It's literally me in a bar,
black and white,
on a curly hair day.
Yes.
Drinking Penelope out of a bottle. Right?
Yes.
It's a great picture.
Yes.
It's a great picture. And so they did like that when we posted it on Insta.
Yes.
And that was cool. We were like, oh my God, look, Penelope Bourbon.
And then for them to come chat with us was even topped it off.
No,
and then they're going to come on the show.
They said they would.
Yes.
I hope we got a screenshot of that.
Yes, I did.
We have witnesses.
Yes.
Because it was TikTok Live. And there are people there that saw it that are typically on our TikTok Live, and I will subpoena them.
We haven't done an episode yet, right?
No, because I drink it too fast.
Right. So, we need to set up a date.
Seriously, the last bottle
so
of
we know we have one.
The last 2 bottles of Penelope that I had ended up on bedside tables, and that's where they stayed until they were empty.
Right.
They not on the bar,
no,
on the bedside.
Yes.
The last 2 bottles.
I know.
I think that's only happened. It's happened once with Blanton's.
I think it happened once with Jack Gold.
Jack Gold. But I can't think of any of them that tequila has happened multiple times. But I can't think of another whiskey that has ended up on the bedside table twice.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think Penelope is the only one.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to get it together.
Enjoy.
You know what?
It was a lot of fun.
People ask me all the time, and they may ask you too, but they ask me all the time, do you get paid for that? Do you have sponsors? Do you have ads?
What's the purpose?
What's the purpose? Because the answer is no.
What are you looking to get out of it?
We currently make $0.
Correct.
Doing this, right? But this
is why.
Oh my God.
Make these connections and grow our circle.
Because here's the real truth. Why do you fangirl? Why do you fangirl over them? Why is that such a big deal? Why do you care? Because they're doing really cool shit.
Yes.
Right?
And we enjoy being a part of the process. And, how cool would it be for them? I'm sure that they look for people to give them feedback.
Yeah.
For their future products.
And how cool is it they have somebody on social media that's out there connecting with people in that way, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So what I really love about a whole bunch of that is it kind of goes to, funny enough, we were talking about it before Penelope ever came on,
Yes.
right? We were talking about, somebody was like, and it's whenever I say I like scotch, it is always a question that is on the heels of that statement. Inevitably, somebody's going to ask, do you mean single malt? Because I guess that sounds better in some kind of way, like single malt scotch. And the truth is I don't care. Like, I don't care how you make it. Like, you put forth the artistry to put something beautiful in my glass,
Right.
and you could call it magic tea juice, right?
Maybe leave off juice, but
No, it's fine. I don't even care if it's that good. I don't care
You're good with
what
that
you.
now?
I don't care. I don't like it when they just say juice.
oh,
Like, but if you call it magic tea juice, like that's
Okay.
different because it flows in a different kind of way.
Okay.
But I mean, like you could call it smoothie jam, right? And I'm just like, fine, call it whatever you want to. It's a beautiful drink in my glass. I don't care what you call it. So I don't care. The artistry of the thing is
Yeah.
what we appreciate. And so I love that Penelope both engages in the artistry and then the connectivity with other people who are enjoying the things that they do.
yes.
Like, that's super cool.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Anyway, contrary to what you might think, today's episode is not.
Not on Penelope.
And the only reason that we didn't like make a hard left and switch it to Penelope is because we don't have any.
Right.
Because it doesn't stick around very
No.
long. Like, as soon as Penelope gets in the house,
We have to have it planned and go get a bottle like right before then.
it was the whole reason we had a bottle of Jack Gold.
Yes.
Because when you went and got it, you were like, this bottle
We got two, one to have now, and one is getting put up until we're ready to record.
this bottle is for this purpose.
Yes.
And so
And
when
it's hard to to follow through with that sometimes.
especially when it's something that you like.
Yes.
As well as we like the
I think
Penelope.
we've just found that I need to stash it down at my house.
Whatever. I'm completely responsible. That's not. It's not
You
that
just
I'm
can't control everyone else.
right, but and it's not really that. Not that I'm irresponsible.
You-
It's that
you
I'm
enjoy.
overconfident.
Well-
I'm overconfident in my ability to replace it.
Yes.
Right. Like I'm just like, oh, we'll just go get another one.
But we have ran into quite dry spells with some things, especially, and that's why we did what we did with Jack Gold, because we've been waiting months to try to find a bottle. To
the
do it
last
at
bottle of Penelope we bought was the last bottle in the store.
Yep.
Right. There was only one. There wasn't two.
Right.
Or I would have bought 12, but there was only one.
Yes.
That's not true. I probably wouldn't have bought 12. I know I might have.
You would have gotten a couple, that's
I
for
might
sure.
have. I might have bought 12. All right. I'm going to reel us in.
All right.
Not us. I'm going to reel me in.
So what are we focusing on today?
Penelope. No,
No.
not Penelope. So today, funny thing is the whole intro to the show is shot anyway, because the whole reason I picked the bottle that I picked today is because, quite frankly, I feel like shit today. I don't
Right.
anymore. Adrenaline is a funny thing.
Adrenaline and a little bit of whiskey.
Endorphins, right? Like, I felt like shit, and now I don't. But this morning, when I felt like shit, I was like, how am I going to get myself through this day? I'm just feeling really cruddy. And I'm like, well, we'll just day drink a little. And when we day drink, we typically stick to the lower proofs.
Yes.
And I'm like, how early can you get here? And when I said early, I was like, oh, the Jameson Cold Brew that we've been meaning to do forever would be perfect.
And it was already like 11 o'clock.
Right.
When you're like, how early can you get here?
Right. And then I'm like, so the cold brew is perfect for an early day. It's 30% out. It's 60
proof.
proof, right? So it's a great day drinker
Yes.
level. And if we didn't like it, we have a bottle of Jameson, so we can just switch to that, which is only 80 proof, which is still a great day drinking.
And we've been wanting to do Jameson anyway.
And it got me up off my ass to edit this video so that I can post the Jameson tour that I did in Ireland when I was on Bow Street.
Yes.
And so got that finished. And so, yeah, we're going to do the Jameson Cold Brew. We do not, Reba nor I have had this before.
No.
I have no idea what we're fixing to get ourselves into. Let's talk about before we taste it. Let's do this.
Okay.
I love Jameson. I think Jameson needs nothing.
Yes.
Your thoughts?
I enjoy it. It's one of my go-tos when I'm at the bar that doesn't have a very big selection.
I drink my coffee right out of the pot, like black, no cream, no sugar.
Not me.
and I can drink a pot a day. Like I'm a huge coffee drinker.
I don't even always have a cup a day.
Okay. And if you do have a cup, how do you drink it?
With flavored creamer and sweetener.
Okay, so I think this is perfect.
Yes.
I think this is perfect.
Yes.
I think this is a great. The only thing we don't have, well, I mean, you kind of fulfill the don't really drink coffee, and when I do, it's candy.
It doesn't taste like coffee.
And I fulfill
So I will very much be able to identify if there's a coffee flavor to it.
And I love coffee.
Yes.
So the only thing we don't have is oh my God, I think coffee is disgusting.
Yes.
Which is fine.
Yes.
I think that's okay. Because if you think coffee is disgusting, like skip the cold brew. All right. So we've never done this before.
Go with the frappes.
All right. I am going to slow walk this because
Yes.
this is different than anything.
Do you want to hear about the nose of it?
Sure.
Hang on. I went back to a.
It smells like coffee.
It does. It definitely does have a coffee.
No. It smells like. It smells like a stiff Irish coffee.
All right. The nose. Intense, rich coffee bean aromatics combined with vanilla nuttiness of Jameson.
Yes. All of that. Where did you get this? Is that from Jameson's
Yes,
website?
that is Jameson's
They
website.
are spot on.
Yes.
That's exactly what it smells like.
And it feels like it's a good balance. Like it doesn't feel like either of them are very overpowering when you smell it.
I'm so excited right now.
Me too.
All right. Cheers, love. That's dangerous.
Yes. Especially whenever you open your mouth, like after you've swallowed the coffee flavor.
That's scary good. And I'm going to tell you what I really, really love about it is Reba and I do what we always do. That was completely neat right out the bottle.
Yes.
And I'm going to go ahead and share with our listeners that Reba was a little concerned about doing it that way first because the website goes into all of this business.
Yes, it's right here. So it says Jameson Cold Brew is a meeting of Arabic beans from Brazil and Colombia with triple distilled Jameson Irish whiskey. You may not know the Irish coffee, but this is different. Jameson Cold Brew is best served chilled over ice with cola and a twist of orange. Some cracking tunes in the background optional. Explore the perfectly balanced combination of the smoothest whiskey with the richness of coffee. That's
And we did
very
none of
true.
those things. We did none of those things, though.
I like that last statement. I mean,
Yes.
that last statement is perfectly describing.
But we did
It's a very
none.
nice balance.
We did
No.
none of those things.
This is straight.
It is neither chilled,
No.
nor iced, nor mixed,
Wasn't even put in the fridge.
nor oranged.
Straight off the shelf.
Straight off the shelf.
Yes.
That we've had on the shelf for 9 months.
Yes.
We bought this back in December.
Mm-hmm.
I went and looked it back up. We paid $30 for it.
A little more than 9 months.
December we bought
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
9.5 months. Yep.
Yeah. And it is dangerously delicious.
It's a good thing this didn't end up at the paintball tournament.
Ooh.
It would have been perfect.
It might be a better thing to bring
Yes.
because of
Yeah,
the ABV.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree. And yes.
You know what I would love to do?
What?
I would love to get a blender, some vanilla bean ice cream,
Ooh.
and zzz, like that's what I would like to do with that. I would just like to make a milkshake. Doesn't that sound amazing?
Delicious. Yes.
That's what I would love to do. I think that would be fantastic. All right. So I am not getting. Oh, there's so much. Can I tell you that I just love it when days do things like this?
Yeah.
Right? When it starts out and you wake up and you're like, I feel like, oh my, it's so
I just
cruddy.
want to stay in bed all day.
And I did all the things this morning, right, to try to make myself feel better. I got up, I washed my hair, and that may not mean a whole lot to some of you, but for me,
I'm well aware.
it's a feat, right? Washed my hair. I have these brand new Georgia Southern University
super soft.
super soft, snuggly pajamas that I got right into. I put makeup on because I always feel better when I look like when I've got some color on my face. And I still felt like complete ass. So I did a little bit of work. The work made me feel accomplished. Got on TikTok to get ready to do this, to kind of talk to the folks to see if there was anything in particular they wanted to hear today.
And then I joined.
And then Reba walks through the door. And then Penelope Bourbon walks through the goddamn door.
Of TikTok
And
world.
and says, "Hey, can I be on your show?"
Yes.
And then there's this beautiful bottle of Jameson Cold Brew. This is and in complete transparency,
Yes.
the orange is not good.
Oh, yes. No. And I honestly, that's one that I don't know that I've even really truly had a desire to. Like, I've never been drawn to say, I really wonder what that tastes like.
It's not, the Jameson Orange is not anything that I'd go back to, right?
Yeah.
So I am
You'd
not
never pay money for.
Yeah, I am not a Jameson can do no wrong
Yes.
kind of girl.
Agree.
I am a Jameson is a completely consistent, delicious, satisfying, always appropriate whiskey. Mm-hmm. And this cold brew is phenomenal.
Yes.
Like, this is real.
I can only hope that is as consistent, because this is the first bottle that we've had, and I can only hope that the next bottle that we get, and I hope that we're able to get another bottle. I don't know how
I've seen it every time. I've seen it every time. I've seen it
Perfect.
every time I've been in the store.
So, I mean, I can only hope that the next one that we get is just as flavorful as this one.
I will be super honest, and it's just because of the way that I drink whiskey. I don't know how many of those I can drink.
I agree.
Right? Like, it's got a flavor to it. Flavor's not typically my jam. I can already feel myself being a little overwhelmed by all of it.
It's like a lot darker profile.
Yeah, there's just, it almost feels like an espresso martini. It has an espresso martini feel to it. And I just feel like, I don't know, I'm going to reserve judgment on that until I put ice in it.
Is there caffeine in it?
17 milligrams per shot.
Holy shit. And how much is a cup of coffee?
95
95 what?
milligrams.
So 7 shots would... 6-7 shots?
You can do math faster than me, babe. I'm the nouns and verbs girl. Let's do espresso.
I am a little surprised that there is
64. There's 64.
there is no mention. There is no mention of caffeine on the bottle.
Ever?
No.
Oh,
I see nothing about caffeine on this bottle.
Okay, so I do, because this is what I was drinking earlier. I have a Monster, and it's the only Monster I drink. If it's not the white Monster, I don't drink it.
Yes.
Like, it's the only one I like. So I have a white Monster in front of me.
It does say limited edition. We may want to stock up when we see them.
Okay. Yeah, because it'll be great for Christmas. For our Christmas
Yes.
mornings when we do the parade here.
Yes.
So what you may not know is that the first weekend of December every year, Richmond Hill, where we live, they have a Christmas parade. And so we have this tradition to where we all gather at my house. We have breakfast. I make crock pot hot chocolate for the children. And I buy a bottle of Rumplemints to kind of like, hook up the adult hot chocolate. It tastes like a peppermint patty. It is one of the most amazing hot chocolates you've ever had. And then we go and we take the kids to go see the Christmas parade. I don't see, interestingly enough, I don't see a caffeine
Label on there either? Let
No.
me see.
On the white Monster, I don't see one. All right. So I'll just Google it. In Monster. 86. So maybe we had
And you said it's 17 per shot.
it's
of
17
this.
per shot. Yes. So we would have to do 7 shots to get as much caffeine as we would in one of those. But even still, I mean, that's pretty decent.
Caffeine from all sources.
I'm not even editing that out. I'm leaving
I
that.
don't give a fuck.
I know you don't. It's fine.
Now I gotta find it again. Oh, here it is. All right. Caffeine from all sources, 140 milligrams per can.
I know what it is.
Consume responsibly.
I know what it is. Reba, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't like cold coffee. I don't drink iced coffee. I don't drink cold coffee. There's something about warm, hot coffee that I just enjoy. And that's why this to me is not coffee. It has the coffee flavor so that I think it's delicious.
Yes.
But it doesn't have the coffee heat. And so it's more like a dessert.
I bet it would taste wonderful in a cup of coffee. Like, as your alcoholic morning.
Sweet Jesus. Do you realize my parents are coming over this evening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I hope they're ready.
and
All right. I'm about to make some noise. I'm about to make
Yes.
some noise because I'm going to go ahead and put some ice in this.
yeah, I'm very interested to taste the next phase.
Oh, do you want ice too?
Yes, I'd love to try it and do this, and then I'm interested to even add a little cola to it and see what it tastes like.
So what we've done is we have added ice to the cold brew. And so what you just heard was Reba making it do all the things that it do. I'm really kind of, I don't know, it's hard for me, right? Like, I don't know if I'm excited about this or I'm disappointed because I think I really did just pinpoint what it is about it that
That was
has me
your
so torn.
Weakness or whatever.
But that has me so torn.
Yeah.
That I love coffee. I love the coffee flavor. That's why I drink it black.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't particularly care for it cold. I mean,
and now we're making
but-
it even colder.
yeah, but I think I should preface that. It's not that I don't. I always like the flavor. Like coffee, everything I love. When I realized they had chocolate covered coffee beans, I was completely undone. Like those are some of my favorite things on the planet.
Really?
I love chocolate covered coffee beans.
I don't think I've ever seen them.
They're delicious. But I love coffee. But I think when it comes to a drink, something about the cold is just very desserty to me.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, I mean, usually the cold ones are typically sweeter.
All right, so here we go with it really cold.
Mm-hmm.
Just ice.
Yes. I definitely still taste coffee. Actually, I might taste coffee even a little bit more.
It's so good.
Even with the ice?
It's delicious.
You enjoy it? Yeah.
But my body reaction is April. 1 or 2. Like that's all you get, April. 1 or 2, and then we're done.
Because this is your reminder that this is not actually coffee.
Right. And so like my whole body is going, just don't.
And my brain is now wheeling to what made them go from this to adding cola and adding orange. Like,
Oh, we're gonna find out.
I understand, but it just with tasting it as it is.
Right.
I mean, I'd like to think that they started with tasting it as it is before they came up with this drink. So
Do you know what I bet it is? Here's what I would bet.
the extra sweetness.
I would bet that I would like. Here's what we'll do. We have a Google.
Yes. Go Google it, bitch.
I'm
GGIB.
Gee, I love that.
Go
We need
Google it,
t-shirts.
bitch.
We need t-shirts. I say that all the time, and I never make a fucking t-shirt.
You want me to write it down?
You should. And what's that going to do? Like you've written down t-shirts before, and how many have we made? 0.
I've written down bottles before.
We do our best. All right, here's what I'm Googling for the podcast universe. I am currently Googling how many people drink coffee black. 66% of women drink coffee every day compared to 62% of men. 79% of Americans prepare coffee at home. 35% of coffee consumers usually drink black coffee. Oh, so 35% of coffee consumers. What? What? No, I can't.
Finish.
I can't finish. Oh, the booze.
Would those not match perfectly?
I would look like a blueberry. Yes.
But
So Reba just showed me these blue felt Doc Martens. Are they felt? They look felt. They are. So Reba just showed me.
and they're like textured, like they have a little design in them.
Yes. So Reba just shows me these blue felt Doc Martens that would make me look like a blueberry because I am currently
It
in.
would top. I would say it would top you off, but technically it would bottom you off.
Because I am currently in Georgia Southern University. I don't know that they're pajamas,
It's a velvet outfit.
It is it feels like I am wearing a blanket. And it was the most comfortable. Like today, when I was putting clothes on, like the only thing I could think about was complete comfort. Like,
yes,
was comfort.
Yes,
like how do I put like shepherd's pie on my body? Like that's what I was thinking. Like how do I envelop myself and feel good, because I felt like such crap this morning. But yes, those Doc Martens would make me look like a blueberry. I would be blueberry from head to toe.
In the event that you ever like wore different bottoms, the shoes would definitely tie your top in.
The bottoms are my favorite part because they're super comfortable, sweaty kind of pants.
Are they fitted at the bottom?
They're fitted at the bottom. They're fitted at the bottom, but they match their set. Like I can't. Here's the real truth. It's a set. It's a set.
You definitely could wear the top like multiple days a week.
But let me tell you why I couldn't. Because when you wash one more than the other, the color is going to change.
That's true.
And right now they match perfect.
Yes.
So I have to wash one as often as I wash the other.
Okay.
So the
Fair.
fade is the same.
Fair.
Right?
Well, you can always throw the bottoms in even if you don't.
Okay, let me tell you something about my children. I already wash enough clean fucking laundry that they just decided they didn't want to put away. So they just put it right back in the fucking laundry, that I'm not adding my own clean laundry.
I'm well aware of how many times I'm like, didn't you already wash this? Like, didn't this just come out of the dryer?
I'll literally run through the house going, who wore this? I haven't seen anybody wear this. Nobody,
for months.
Nobody has ever worn this ever. The tag trash is in the dryer. Nobody has worn this. And they're like,
Oops.
oops. And I'm like, fuck them kids. Mike said something today that was so super sweet, because he was talking. There was a whole long conversation about a whole bunch of different stuff. And then he said that he was going to do for me differently than the children. He was like, and he goes,
I sure hope so.
yeah, but what he said was so sweet, because I'm in my feelings today. It was so, he goes, it's the difference between liabilities and assets. Like, maybe it's the entrepreneur in us, but for me, like, that was just the sweetest thing ever. Like, my husband literally just called me an asset. Mm-hmm. And he does that all the time, but in that particular context, it was really, really nice.
Okay, so now that it has set for a little bit longer, try it now.
Twist my arm.
Do your little swirl, and then try it. Now I feel like I understand more why it's time to add some cola.
No, it tastes the same. Like it tastes the same to me. I am excited to taste it with the cola, but
I feel like, I don't know. There's just not. I mean, I of course there's not going to be as much punch, but I don't enjoy it as much after it's been sitting on ice for a little while.
You don't enjoy it as much because that kind of drink gets boring very fast. And boring is the wrong word. Jameson, I love you. As a matter of fact, I defended your honor on our TikTok this evening, because somebody was like, Jameson's the devil.
Yes.
And they meant it as a compliment, right? Because Jameson is so easy to drink.
Yes. So smooth.
Right. So when they said Jameson's the devil, what they meant was it's so smooth to drink and you could just drink a lot of it.
Trouble.
It's delicious, right? But I told him, I'm like, don't blame Jamie
right
on your inability to handle your shit. Like, that's not Jamie's fault. That's your fault.
Yes.
So I do. Jameson is probably one of my favorite whiskey brands. If I had to label favorite whiskey brands, I couldn't. But I could give you a list.
Yeah.
And Jameson is
on there.
Is definitively
yes.
top of mind.
Yeah.
Every time. Except for their orange. They can take that shit back to the Florida Gators. I don't give a shit about them.
And it's probably the most frequented bottle at our paintball tournament.
It is. It is definitively the
Yeah.
most frequented bottles at our paintball tournaments. It has all the right stuff.
I don't think anything else has been there more than once.
I don't think so either, but it's got all the right stuff,
Yes.
right? Drink it out of the bottle, great. Drink it cold, great. Drink it all day, fine. Everybody likes it, fine.
Right.
Completely recognizable, fine. Also, it's not, nobody ever looks at Jameson and says, oh, you bought a cheap bottle.
Yeah.
It's very affordable.
Yes.
But
30,
no-
like $30.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
But nobody ever looks at a bottle of Jameson and goes, oh, you bought me some
Yeah.
well-level shit.
Yes.
Like, that never happens. So
Yes.
Jameson kind of, whatever it is they've done, probably what they've done most effectively is whenever in the United States you think of Irish whiskey, Jameson is what you think
Yes.
of. Like
It is your first go-to
if
thought.
you ask 100 people to
Yes.
name 3 Irish whiskeys, I would guess
75%.
could name one,
Yeah.
and it would be Jameson.
Yes.
I would do better than that. I'll go 75. 75% of people could name one, and it would be Jameson. I would say maybe 50% could name 2, and one would name Jameson. And I would say that the numbers drop off radically
For
after
being
that
able to
for
name
3. And
Just,
one
just 100 random people?
and one is still going to be Jameson.
Yeah.
Proper 12 may have changed those numbers a little bit,
Yeah.
Right?
Especially with the younger.
right?
Yeah.
Proper
Younger
12
population.
may have changed that a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think that's what Jameson has done. They've really made themselves elite by quality
Yeah.
first
Yes.
because they're quality. And then just by scarcity, and not scarcity from being able to get it, but scarcity from the fact that, like, so you have, like, different types of Irish whiskeys, but, like, how many people drink them on a regular, like, nobody's going up to a bar and go, hey, can I get a Powers?
Yeah.
Hey, do you have patties back there? Like, nobody's really doing that. Like, when you're, like, it's
Go
Jameson.
to what's most readily available and common.
And I know the more into my Irish studies I get, the more I realize how problematic the Irish car bomb is. But let's be really honest. Like, it's my favorite booze bomb. Like, if you're like, hey, what's your favorite booze bomb? The Irish car bomb is my favorite. Now, is that a problematic socially? Sure it is. But as a drink,
Right.
it's phenomenal. Take a bottle of Jameson, drop it in a glass of Guinness, chug that shit. It's beautiful. Like, that's some good shit. And maybe we should, you know what? I'm going to think about that for a minute. Okay, so what happens in the early 1900s, late 1800s is Irish nationalism, right? So Ireland is the longest held colony of the British Empire, right? And they decide that they want independent rule. They don't really want to be there anymore. So you have the Irish Republic that's like, hey, we really want to, like, be our own government. And then you have the Ulsters that are like, the British rule is really what we want to do. And so now they're fighting in Ireland because they disagree on their relationship with Britain, right? So the contention in Ireland is real, which is why the Irish car bomb is problematic, because people died, like
So
real people.
You're referring to the name of it?
Yes,
Okay.
real people died
Okay.
during
okay.
that conflict,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Because of the different civil wars that happened inside of Ireland. That's why it's problematic. But Jameson and Guinness are both Irish, so I would be interested to find out if there's a different way that you could repackage that, because I really want to order that all the time, because Guinness and Jameson are delicious. It's just good food, right? So I wonder if I can figure out how to, like, rebrand that.
Guinness is a little heavy for me. Like, if I'm being completely honest.
Here's what's really crazy. Guinness in Ireland
Yeah.
hits different.
I believe it.
It doesn't feel, and I don't know if it's because of the Guinness itself, or if
So are you
because
saying I need to go to Ireland to try it officially?
girl, I've been
'Cause
saying,
I've never tried a car bomb. So if I'm going to try one, I need to be in Ireland. Is that what you're saying?
Fuck no. Once you throw Jameson in a Guinness, it's fine. Like, it doesn't matter where you are. Of course, I can't tell you that for sure.
Yeah, you
because
didn't do a car bomb there.
Of course not.
You should have.
No, you cannot.
It's like sacrilege?
Yeah,
what?
you can't. Like, you cannot.
Oh.
Like in
I
Ireland.
know you ordered them separately.
Yes, but I
Yeah.
didn't drop one in
Right.
the other.
Yes,
No,
I
I
knew that.
never
I
never
knew-
did that.
I
I
knew
never did
that.
that.
Yes.
In fact, every time in Ireland when I ordered a Jameson neat, it always came. You saw that Jameson glass I brought home?
Yes.
That's what it came in. It never came in a shot glass. It always came in a glass, right?
Like a sipping glass.
Yeah, like a sipping glass, because you can definitively sip Jameson.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
Was it just a shot's worth?
yeah. It was still a normal pour. Oh,
ounce.
yes, because in the EU, and I don't know about all the EU, but I do know about Ireland, the bartenders do not pour the shots like the drinks like we are typically accustomed.
What do they do?
There's no jakes there.
What do they do?
The bottles they're kind of governed.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the bottles are all governed.
So it's like at McDonald's when you hit medium
Yes.
and it automatically pours?
Exactly. It's exactly like that.
Oh, my God.
It's exactly like
oh,
that.
that's so sad.
There are no jakes in Ireland. No. Yeah, they're all like that. Like, they're all governed.
And I'm sure that keeps tab on, like, you've done this many pours, so this should be your tab for the night.
I have no idea.
Man, we'd be fucked.
Yeah. Or just broke.
Yes, that too.
Or just broke. I don't know.
Although if we're spending that much time, we probably got a cool pad, so we're going to be getting some of our own bottles by that point.
Yeah, but I bought my own bottle in Ireland.
Yeah.
And still never drank it.
But
It's
you,
so...
Wait. So there's two things. Like, you were there for the experience, and it would be, and this is a completely different reference than, like, if you're there with your crew rather than with your school group.
Worse. No. I think you underestimate the amazingness.
I may.
No. Irish pubs are some of the coolest social places I have ever been.
Okay.
Ever. They are friendly. There's music. Like, Irish pubs are absolutely fantastic. Like,
So we just need to have Jameson, like, sponsor both of us to come over there for further.
Here's the one thing that I'll talk about for my Jameson, because I had it ready to talk about all of it. We're never going to get to that. We'll do another episode.
Okay.
But here's what I do have. Angel Share. You're familiar.
Mm-hmm.
So for the listeners that are not familiar with the Angel Share, so once you put the whiskey in the barrel for it to age, there's some natural evaporation absorption that happens. What that's called is the Angel Share, meaning the whiskey you put in, you're not going to get as much whiskey out. And the difference is the Angel Share. The Angel Share of Jameson is 30,000 bottles of whiskey a day.
Wow.
30,000 bottles of whiskey a day. Let's be really conservative and say that those bottles, let's say 20, 25, because they're really 30, but maybe in some places they're a little less. But let's times that by 30, because 25 is what I said, right? $282 million. Million.
Pinky up to your mouth.
We're talking about $282 million a year in revenue.
Wow.
So, I go back to when we talk about new whiskeys that are trying to make their debut on the market, whiskeys costing what they cost, whiskey time being what it is, whiskey making being what it is. And when you're like, oh my God, this whiskey is so expensive, literally just to make the amount of whiskey that Jameson makes, out the door before employees, before rent, before operating expenses.
Yes.
They're already $282 million in revenue
Yeah.
out.
Right.
I think that's huge.
Yes.
All right. So, away from economics and into Epicureanism,
Yes.
Reba and I have followed the directions
Ish.
Reba and I have followed. You didn't do your orange.
Oh, no, I didn't know there was. What did you do with yours?
I just squeezed it and put it in the glass.
The whole half.
I did two sections.
Okay.
I did 2 sections. I thought 2 sections would be plenty.
You just squeezed it.
I just squeezed it and dropped it. That's all I did. I
Squeeze
squeezed
and
it.
drop.
Well, I squeezed it in it so that
Yeah.
it didn't squirt all over me.
No shit.
Right?
Where the fuck else you gonna squeeze it?
I'm just saying. No, in it.
Yeah.
Yes. So Reba and I have followed the directions on the Jameson website that says Jameson Cold Brew, Coke, and Orange. Now, I use Diet Coke because that's what I like because I don't like it super sweet. But we have made ourselves this cute little cold brew mixed drink.
Wow.
I can't even.
Wow.
I cannot even right now.
That coffee flavor like kicked up with. That's amazing.
It tastes like a root beer float with a little bit of coffee in it.
That's amazing.
It's so good. And with the addition of the bubbles, I think I could drink 3 more.
We might have to start trying some. We might have to start venturing out into these other recipes that are.
Well,
on,
we do. Like when
sometimes,
when
but
when we did the Herradura was like just in a glass,
Yes.
like period.
Right.
Like we did that, and then when we had the which one was it? One of the ones with the Kentucky Derby, with the Kentucky Derby ale. With
Yeah.
we did that. Like we
Yeah.
did that one. Like we'll mix them when they say, "Oh, you've got to do it." Oh
Yeah.
my God! Let me tell you something. I love you.
Yes.
You can live your life however you want to. I am not getting hooked back again on mixed drinks. Like I have trained myself to drink my coffee black, no dairy, no calories, no sugar. I have trained myself to drink my whiskey clean, no hangover.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking right now anyway. This might be like our go-to for like those morning occasions.
Baby, that I don't have a go-to on the morning occasions is the only reason I don't have to go to rehab. No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. That was a
Yes,
joke.
I
That was a
know.
joke.
I'm well aware.
Yes, I know, but I thought I would just say so for the podcast universe. I guess we're going to have to come back and do Jameson regular and Penelope for that matter, because in case you missed it, Penelope was on our live. Quite frankly, I just really want to go back on the live and see if they'll come back.
Right.
I was going to say that's not true, but it really kind of is.
No, for sure.
All right, y'all. A couple of little notes just to tidy up the bit. I have no idea when this episode is going to come out because if you've been with us for any period of time, that's the way we live. But I'm going to tell you a few things. Social media doesn't particularly care for the name Bitches and Bourbon. So we have done a lot of things to the website that makes us a little more accessible outside of social media. So we would love it if you go there. We have forums there. If you register, you can create topics. You can engage in conversation right on the website. We would love to interact with you. That would be fantastic. We are building a guest calendar. We hope that you will contact us to be there. And we also hope that you're very forgiving with our crazy kind of schedule.
It is not consistent.
It is not consistent, and it's fine.
Yes.
Reba and I both like to branch out into different things, so you're going to find a lot of neat stuff on the website. And I'm trying to create a hub for different kind of avenues. So there's like books and food and booze and all this neat kind of stuff. And so we kind of hope that you'll engage with us in those kind of ways. As always, you can always reach us at bitchesandbourbon.com. We've also been advised to ask you guys if this podcast is any kind of fun for you, if you would take I don't know, a minute and a half out of your day. Like us on whatever podcast service you're using. Review it maybe. That would be fantastic.
Yes.
So
we love the feedback.
Yes, we love that. And we appreciate you. So until the next time, to bad bitches
And good bourbon.
or Irish whiskey. Boom. Thanks for hanging out with Ape and Reba on this episode of Bitches and Bourbon.
Make sure to check out the links in the show notes, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Until next time, here's to bad bitches and good bourbon. Cheers.
I mean, you have to like spicy pickle.